All right, a very good afternoon or good morning, depending on where you are joining us from. TPG audience, my name is Nick Ewan. I'm a senior editor here at The Points Guy. I'm really excited for this Facebook Live today. I appreciate you all joining us. Today, we are sitting down and we are talking with the founder of Real Buyer Network, or RBN, Kip Lassiter, about how you can earn American Express membership rewards points when you buy or sell a house using a participating agent from the RBN platform. So we're going to get into all the nitty-gritty details here. But first of all, Kip, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Good morning, good afternoon.
So I want to start off, tell me a little bit about your background and how you wound up starting a company like RBN that's going to give folks the option to earn membership rewards points when they buy or sell a house.
Well, in my background, I've done a lot of different businesses, played a lot in real estate, currently own a real estate company here in our hometown, and have been buying and selling real estate really personally for over 40 years, and have also had an American Express card for a long time, and really sat back one day and thought it would be really, people sometimes want to go in and put a car on their American Express card. And I always thought that would be cool, except for no one wants to pay the percentage fee. And I thought it would be really cool if somehow we could figure out how to put points for buying a home on your card. And that's really what started RBN.
So for those that did not get a chance to read, we wrote an article about RBN on Monday of this week. And for my social team, Wallace, if you'll go ahead and drop that into the comment section there on Facebook for everyone to take a look when we finish up today. If anyone didn't get a chance to read that, can you give the 30 to 60 second so-called elevator pitch around what RBN is and why someone who's looking to buy or sell a home should utilize it to pair up with a participating agent?
Yes, it's actually very simple. We are a real estate agent referral service. So if you're looking to buy property before you select a real estate agent, if you come to us, we will match you with a real estate agent. And if you use that agent to close the home, when you close the home, you will get points equal to the dollars that you spent on the home, provided it is a normal or common real commission structure.
And this applies to both buying or selling a home. It's just a matter of going through RBN to find a participating agent to then use in either the sale or the purchase transaction, right?
Correct. If you are listing your home and come to us for an agent, a referral agent to list your home, you will then benefit from, when you sell the home, to have the equivalent in points of the dollar value of the home that's sold.
And just to be clear, I know we joked around about this, but you're not actually charging the purchase price to your American Express card, right? This is a normal real estate transaction. It's just a bonus that comes at the end once you've closed on the deal, right?
Correct. You go through the normal real estate purchase process, mortgage if applicable. You close it normally. Our fee comes from a referral fee from the participating agent, and out of that fee is the funds to fund the points.
So I think that's one of the other key thoughts that are out there. Some of the feedback I've received since the article went live is this idea of surely there has to be a cost associated with this. But from the seller's perspective or the buyer's perspective, is there any cost for utilizing an RBN participating agent?
No, there are no gotchas. It's very straightforward. As long as you're using a participating real estate agent, you will qualify for those points, either if you've listed the home through a qualified agent, participating agent, or if you have purchased a home, or in some cases, people have listed and go on to purchase their new home. And they earn points for the listing, and they also earn points on the purchase.
Now, I have some visibility, so to speak, into the actual process of buying or selling a home. My wife is a realtor, part-time. To be clear, full disclosure, she is not an RBN participating agent. She does it part-time. So I want to make sure that I have no personal skin in this game here, but that does give me visibility into the actual real estate transaction process, which can be incredibly complicated. So does using an RBN participating agent add any further complexity to that already very challenging, in many cases, process?
Well, the objective is no. It shouldn't. You should actually. It should make the transaction. If we have referred the correct agent to you, it should be one of the top performing agents in that community. And so far, we've had very good feedback that people have been quite pleased with the agents that we have referred them to. And we really pride ourselves on really selecting and making sure that we've paired you with the right agent.
And I think that's a great point. I'd love for you to share a little bit more information about how you actually choose the agents to be a participating agent with RBN. You don't just accept anyone and everyone, right? There's actually a process for selecting the top performers that would be most likely to serve the clients in the best way possible. Is that right?
Yes, it starts with understanding where the client is looking and what their budget to spend is. And then we look in that market and look at which agents are performing, which are the top performing agents in that certain market and that certain budget.
And are there currently agents covering the entire United States? Do you have the 5G coverage like you would see with Verizon or T-Mobile or some of those wireless service providers?
We have participating agents in most of the major markets. It's very easy. Even if we have a participating agent, we may go and recruit a new agent that may be more appropriate for, once again, every market is divided up into neighborhoods, and every neighborhood can be stratified into different budgets. And typically, realtors focus and have expertise in one of those layers and one of those areas. And even if we have coverage, we may not make that referral. We may recruit a new agent, and we typically have not had much problem recruiting those agents.
Yeah, I know as part of my experience writing the article that went live on Monday, and again, Wallace from our social team, if you'll drop that article in one more time in the chat for all great information. I had a chance to chat with a very happy customer of RBN who was relocating from California to the Raleigh-Durham area of North Carolina. He was very pleased with the process. In fact, when he first submitted his information, there was not an agent immediately in that area, but he was given a few choices and was very happy with the agent that he ultimately was paired with, helped him find what he described as a perfect fit of a house. So clearly there's a lot of magic behind the scenes in terms of pairing an agent with a client. Is that right?
Absolutely. We actually set up an interview with the client, make sure we understand if there's any things we need to know before it's really like matchmaking. So you're going to spend, that agent's going to play an important role in that transaction. And we really do want to make sure you have a great experience. Obviously, American Express wants to make sure that we make sure that you have a great experience. And so far, we have been fortunate to have really good feedback from the pairings that we have done.
So I'm going to play devil's advocate here. And if someone's watching and saying, oh, wait, I have to interview to pick an agent, that seems like an extra step. That's just not necessary. I have a referral from a family friend or a family member or something like that. Why is the process of going through that interview with an RBN participating agent, why is that so important when it comes to either buying or selling a house?
Well, it's, let's call it a discussion we have with the client, maybe not an interview, but we're trying to understand, what's important to them in terms of the agent and whatnot. It helps us pick the right person. And in the end, it's going to save you a lot of time. If you have a bad experience, you may lose a home that you're trying to pursue if you don't have the right agent working on your side, especially in some of the markets now that are very, we'll call them very heated. So it's a small amount of time, but I think it really improves the chances that we're going to put you with the right agent. And in the case that for whatever reason you don't feel like you've picked the right agent, we can always introduce you to new agents and that may be a better fit for you.
Now, what if someone's watching today or someone comes across our article on the site and says, man, this sounds great, but I already have an agent. I'm already have a seller's agreement to sell my house. I'm already working with an agent to buy a house. Are they eligible to still earn the American Express membership rewards points through RBN?
Well, the short answer is no. We refer agents. If we haven't referred you the agent, then you're too far along in that process. If you're in the process of selecting and you have an agent you want to work with, but you have not engaged them yet, you can always have that conversation with them and say, look, I want to use you, but it's important that you participate in RBN. And we allow that referral to come from the client to us to say, hey, I have an agent. They're willing to become a participating agent in RBN, and here's their information. And then we would take it from there.
So an agent that's not currently participating, they could essentially apply to become a participating agent. There is an actual process for that, right?
Correct. Absolutely. But to be fair, if they've already, if you've already engaged their services and many times we find out that you've been referred already once. And so in those situations, it's not a good fit it's not going to work in our program because we fundamentally have to make that referral for our program to work and earn those points for you. So
I think it is worth noting right on RBN's website, it says that you all respect existing agreements. This is not, so if any real estate agents are listening to this, it's a great program, but this is not meant to usurp or take over any clients. This is for those who, mainly geared towards those who do not currently have an agent that are exploring the process. And let's talk a little bit about the actual onboarding process, so to speak, for a customer who's not associated with an agent. What do they need to do in order to start the process of finding a participating agent with RBN in order to earn those membership rewards points after closing?
It's very simple. Go to the website. It will take you through the steps. They're very simple, easy steps. One of them, which is important, is to make sure you have a qualifying American Express card that we can reward points to or assign, earn points to. And if you don't, if you're in the process of purchasing the home, we strongly recommend you don't apply for a new credit card at that time, but we will bank those points for you. And after the transaction, after you've closed your home and secured a mortgage, then if you apply, you can then apply for a qualifying American Express card, and then we will assign those points when you have that card.
Got it. Makes sense. And for those of you just joining in, we are chatting with founder and CEO Kip Lassiter of RBN about how you can earn up to 1 American Express membership reward point for every dollar of a sale price or a purchase price of a house. So really exciting information. If you are interested in becoming a potential customer, Wallace from our social team will post the referral link right in the chat here, or the comment section of our Facebook Live. And I'm glad that you brought up the whole notion of if you don't have an American Express card, that doesn't immediately disqualify you, because you definitely, if someone is purchasing a house with a mortgage, they should not be applying for a new American Express card during that process, right? So this is a way for them to still participate, but not run the risk of having their credit dinged during the underwriting process, right?
Absolutely. We recommend you not apply for new credit of any sort if you're in the mortgage application process.
But if you're buying a house, it again does not matter if you're looking to pay cash, if you're looking to take out a mortgage. You can still utilize this program to earn the membership rewards points, because the transaction is just like as much as a real estate transaction can be run of the mill. It's a standard real estate transaction. The points come regardless of whether it's a cash price or a mortgage at the end of the day. Is that correct?
Correct. That's correct.
Awesome. Let's talk a little bit about sale prices. Are there any minimums if someone is looking to buy a house that is on potentially the lower end of the spectrum? Is there a minimum to actually work with a participating agent through RBN?
Well, we have not set a minimum. There is a practical minimum, and it really, when you get really start going much below $300,000, and the referral fee and the effort that the real estate agent has to put into the transaction, there's just less dollars to split up. You talk to many real estate agents, they'll say that, it takes just the same effort to sell a $100,000 condo as it does to sell a $1 million home. And so obviously, as you go up the food chain, the ability to recruit agent becomes a lot easier.
And I can say firsthand experience seeing my wife work through deals that are between 100 and 150,000 versus she had a deal once that was in the $500,000 range for an oceanfront penthouse condo here in my hometown of Fort Pierce, Florida. Oftentimes it can be even more work to work some of the smaller deals from a financing perspective, and working through down payments and appraisals and things like that. So I can certainly see how that would be. Those can be a little bit more time consuming than some of the higher end ones. I want to go back. Something you mentioned a little bit earlier is about the kind of the standard or the common commission structure, because the way that the benefit is phrased here, it is up to 1 American Express membership reward point for every dollar of the sale price or the purchase price. So I know we have a lot of skeptics here at the Points Guy. They're always looking for the gotchas, the gray areas. So they see up to and they think, oh, well, there it is. I'm not going to get the full points. Can you talk a little bit about those situations where that wouldn't happen compared to when it would be that 1-to-1 ratio of $1 of the sale or purchase price equals 1 American Express points?
Yes. So the most common residential real estate structure we see across the different markets that we're in the U.S. is 6%. And that typically is broken up in a 3% buyer side and 3% on the listing agent side. So 3% of the transaction goes to the listing agent, 3% of the transaction goes to the buyer's agent. And that is a common real estate, and that at that commission structure, you would earn 1 point for every dollar spent. If you're at a 2.5, 5%, then you get 5/6 of a point for every dollar you spend. It's just a direct ratio, and it's just the funds that come out of that are used to fund the points.
And so I think that's just worth giving you kind of those of you listening, a real world example. So if you are purchasing a $300,000 home, and it is a standard commission structure, 6% commission, 3% for the buyer's agent, 3% for the seller's agent. After the closing, you are going to take home 300,000 American Express membership rewards points. Is that a fair statement?
Well, the only minor correction I'd make is there's no set standard structure, commission structure, but there are common real estate commission structure. It's a nuance, but when you talk to realtors, they get a little uncomfortable with standard versus common. So.
But of course, the word common by definition means that it is the most frequently used. So the majority, I would say, or I'm assuming, would fall into that common commission structure and would be eligible for the 1 point for $1 ratio.
Yeah, the vast majority of what we see is at that standard 6%.
And when you think about, hundreds of thousands of membership rewards points, obviously we're big fans of Amex Points here at the Points Guy. I deliberately chose my background here. If you have not been to the Atacama Desert in Chile, amazing place. I went there back in 2019 and actually transferred Amex Points to Singapore Airlines KrisFlyer program in order to book me, my wife, and my daughter in business class on a Star Alliance partner down there. It was a phenomenal experience. So this is a great way to boost that account And again, I know you mentioned this earlier, but we probably had folks who joined since we talked about this. There is no cost to either the buyer of the house or the seller of the house to utilize an RBN participating agent. Is that right?
That's correct.
All right. In terms of timing now, so you go under contract, you go through the real estate transaction, appraisals, inspections, everything like that, get to the closing table. How long would either a seller or a buyer need to wait to actually get that influx of points? What are some of the typical times for those points to arrive in their membership rewards accounts?
Well, if they have a qualifying card, it will be within 5 business days. They will have those points.
So that's notably oftentimes a welcome bonus if you sign up for a new card. Sometimes can take, week, 2 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks. So it is a pretty quick turnaround here.
Yeah, honestly, we haven't had one take that long so far, but we want to give ourselves a opportunity to make up if there's a glitch of some sort.
Got it. And again, if you are just joining, we are sitting down and talking with founder and CEO of RBN, Kip Lassiter, discussing how you can use an RBN participating agent to buy or sell a house and earn up to 1 American Express membership reward point for every dollar of the sale or the purchase price. So just every time I say that, I've got to be honest with you, it seems too good to be true. And we've gotten a lot of feedback saying this does seem too good to be true. So to any of the skeptics out there, what would you say to help alleviate any concerns that this doesn't seem like it's possible or doesn't seem like it's real?
Well, use it. Do it. If you're buying a home and you haven't picked a agent yet, give us a chance to refer you an agent and go through and find out that there really are no catches. We try to pair you with a highly qualified agent and in the market and budget you're looking at. And once that transaction is complete, you'll be able to enjoy those points.
And of course, again, we love membership rewards points here at the Points Guy. A lot of great uses there. So I'm curious now, and feel free to say this is not, this is proprietary information you can't share, but I'm going to dream a little bit here. What is the single highest payment of American Express membership rewards points to date that you have paid out to a home buyer or a home seller?
Well, right now we haven't closed the transaction, but we have a listing for around actually 16 million and a half, $16.5 million. It's hard to say that whole number, but we have paid out. I believe our highest payout to date is 4.3 million, and there are many in the channel right now that are higher than that.
So
there's no limit.
I can't even wrap my mind around all the great uses. Of course, when the world reopens, to be able to put 4 million or gosh, 16 million, let's dream, American Express membership rewards points to use. That is an incredible amount here. So again, if those of you who are listening, you haven't had a chance to hear what we've covered so far, if you're just tuning in, again, Wallace from our social team, if you'll go ahead and drop that link to the article that we wrote on site and published on Monday with everything you need to know about using RBN, a participating agent from the platform to buy or sell a house, a great way to earn American Express membership rewards points. Can you clarify just one more time, if someone is interested in learning more, exploring their options, and getting paired up with a participating agent, what is the process for them to do so?
Go to the website and follow the process. Easy steps to sign up and start the process and schedule a call with us. And that won't take very long at all. And then we will go to work immediately on pairing you with an appropriate agent.
All right, well, there you have it. And Wallace, if you'll go ahead and drop that link for an interested party to go ahead and submit their information and start the process of getting paired with a participating agent. Don't see any questions coming through from our attendees, so hopefully we've given them everything that they need here. Kip, any final thoughts for our audience related to this opportunity to buy or sell a house with an RBN participating agent and earn American Express membership rewards points?
No, I think it's important to remind everyone that it's both for the listing referral and for the buying referral. So whether you're listing a home or buying a home, or as many people have to do, they have to list a home in order to go buy a home. We're able to make those referrals. You're able to earn points when you list your home, and you're able to earn points when you purchase your next home. So if you were to list a $500,000 home and purchase a $600,000 home, you would qualify for the $1.1 million, 1.1 million reward points.
That's some math that I really like doing in my head there. So that's great. And again, just to be clear, I mentioned this at the beginning, you're not actually charging the house to your American Express card. So you're not having to, pay that balance in full or worry about credit limits or anything like that. This is just a part of the RBN service, is that when you do work with a participating agent, that is a bonus that gets paid out after closing for buying or selling a house. You're not actually charging it to your American Express card.
Yeah, absolutely correct.
All right. Well, Kip, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us. Again, feel free to review in the comments. We have the article that we wrote earlier this week, as well as a link to start working with RBN to find a participating agent that can help you buy or sell your house. And after closing, take home bonus American Express membership rewards points. As the world starts to reopen, this is a great opportunity to boost that account balance and really start planning your first international post-pandemic vacation, or of course stay domestically and utilize it for a getaway for you, your family, or other loved ones. Kip, thank you so much for your time today. We really appreciate it.
Nick, thank you.
And for everyone else, follow us along on all of our social channels. Join our TPG Lounge for additional conversation. And we look forward to seeing you on a future live session.